Credit cards. Credit cards can also be called as plastic money, and I hope all of you might be knowing what credit card means. That is, we have a plastic card which can be used to draw funds from ATM, as well as for in payments through internet or all those things, or even for purchasing items from a store. You can swipe using a credit card. And in credit card, the specialty is that we use the word credit. That is, we have a credit facility which is allotted to us by our banker. We will have a discussion with our banker, and they will look into our credit worthiness, our repayment capacity, and all these things. They will assess everything, and then they will provide a credit limit, and we can overdraw the funds up to that particular credit limit. And that's the specialty of a credit card. And the credit card is a kind of, we can also say that credit card is buy now and pay later scheme. That is, whatever we need to purchase, we can purchase it at the moment, but we need to pay it only at a later date. Say by the end of the month only we need to pay. So it is always beneficial for those having a monthly income or a steady income, and all those people who is a bit tight or something. They can easily use these credit cards for meeting their monthly expenses, and by the end of the month, when their salary gets credited, they can repay all these amounts. Then the common credit cards include Visa cards, Euro cards, Master credit cards, then Dinner Club, and American Express. As I already said, our credit limit is based on our financial history, and we can also use it for withdrawal from ATM, and we only need to repay the amount within the period allowed, say maybe 1 month. So within that 1 month period, we need to repay that amount, and our credit limit will get renewed automatically. If you are defaulting our payments beyond that provided credit period, then we will be charged an interest for the default. Then our credit cards can be generally classified into two, that is, general purpose credit cards and proprietary cards. General purpose credit cards are those which are accepted by the merchants accepting MasterCards and Visa cards. On the other hand, the limited purpose or proprietary cards are those which are tied to the retailer issuing the card and can be used only in retail stores. In India, most of our cards are MasterCards International or Visa International cards. Then you might be familiar with the advantages of a credit card holder, or privileges that are available to credit cards. That is, first of all, we can withdraw cash from ATMs. That's there, just like all our debit card or credit card, everything. For all our ATM cards, we can withdraw cash from ATMs. But apart from that, we'll also be having special discounts. Say if you go to a petrol pump and you're swiping your credit card, then you will be able to avail offers. Right? Also, it can be used by other persons. That is, you can authorize your card to someone in your family so that they can also use the card on your behalf. Then using credit cards, you can also issue draft and pay orders very easily. You just need to give an order, and the bank will send the draft to the customer for a nominal service charge. Then also you have flexible repayment option. That is, you need not pay everything at the very next moment itself. You will be allowed a credit period within which you need to pay the amount. If at all you are not able to pay, you just need to pay the minimum balance required, minimum amount required. Then you can take your time and repay the balance. That is also possible, but you will be charged some interest for the same. Then also this credit card holders will be given an insurance coverage by most of the banks. It ranges from 2 lakhs to rupees to 8 lakh rupees, depending on the type of card and the type of policy that you are having. Even some banks, they have extended the insurance coverages to the spouse of the credit card holder also. Then you will also enjoy other privileges, like you will have free supply of magazine, then holiday packages if you cross the limit, then free gifts for using your credit points, and all those things will be there. These are about the privileges. Then how does a credit card operate? Now you might be knowing this part, that is, after making a purchase, you will have to swipe your card and input your PIN. What happens next is important. That is, when you input your PIN, the system or the swiping machine or the system, it communicates with the credit card issuing bank, and they will ensure that you have the amount, the actual balance, or the amount that you have swiped comes within the credit limit of your card. Then if everything is fine, then the issuing bank, that is the issuing bank of the credit card, will give an authorization to the system back, and then the amount will be deducted and you will get a receipt. And on the back of that receipt, the person who has swiped, or the customer, will have to sign, which is his consent that the amount transaction has been done by him. And later, on a monthly basis, at the end of every month, the customer will also get a monthly statement showing all the amounts that has been debited from his account and all the transactions that he has made. Then now what should you do to obtain a credit card? First of all, you will have to submit an application form in the prescribed form. Then the applicant in this form will have to furnish all his personal and professional details, his financial soundness, and he should also sign in the places marked, and he should also provide his proof of income, copy of his bank statement for the last 6 months. All these are given in order to check his creditworthiness, and also a photograph of the applicant should also be attached. All these things should be attached to the application form, and he should fill in the same and give it. And after submission of this application form, the banker will assess your creditworthiness. That is, he will go through all your previous history, your bank accounts, your details and everything. He'll check if you have a good credit score, if you have defaulted any payments before, and all these things will be checked by the banker. And based on this, if everything is fine, then they will issue your credit card. In certain cases, your application for credit card will be rejected. In cases when you have defaulted any loans in the past, or you have defaulted any other payments for any other credit cards, or suppose if you have not fulfilled the income criteria, that is, you need to have a certain amount of income or above in order to avail a credit card. So if you have not fulfilled the income criteria also, they can reject your application for credit cards. Then, or even if you have not made yourself available for the credit investigation agency, then also they can reject your application. Then credit cards have a lot of advantages. That is, they are easy to carry. They are very convenient, and also you have high security. You can use your PIN in order to protect your credit card. Even there is also this system of tapping. Still, it is highly secure. Then you can save yourself from pickpocketing. If you are carrying money with you, then there is always a chance of you getting pickpocketed and you lose your money. All this can be avoided using your credit cards. Then you also have a credit facility, instant credit facility. So if you are in need of money, you can use your credit card for availing loans instantly. Then also these credit cards are accepted all over the world. So if even if you're going for a foreign trip, you can swipe your credit cards anywhere in the world. Everywhere it is accepted, and so you need not convert your currency into foreign currency while you are going abroad for a trip. Then it also enhances your purchasing power, that is beyond what is your balance you can purchase because you have a credit facility available. And if you are paying all your repayments are done on time, then you will not incur any sort of interest charges. Only if you are defaulting your payments will you incur any interest charges. But of course there will be a charge for your credit card, say something around 500 or 600 rupees per annum. It will be there, but other than that you will not be charged any interest for your loans. Then you need to settle all your payments only once in a month. Okay, not the very next moment. You need not submit or pay back your amount. Instead you can take up to a month time in order to repay. Then also you will have fabulous discounts, that is if you check in Amazon, you can see that ICICI credit card will have an additional 5%, SBI credit card will have an additional 10% off on this purchase, and so on. Even in petrol pumps, if you go certain stores, it will be written this bank's credit card provides you extra discounts, and all these offers and discounts will be available to you if you are a credit card user. At the same time, it also has a few disadvantages. That is, there is always a risk of overspending. That is, since you have a credit limit, say if you know what you have in your account, then you will not be tempted to empty your account, right? If you have only 1000 rupees in your pocket or in your account, then you will be very, very careful in spending each and every penny of yours. But if you have a credit limit, okay, you say I have a lot of money and so I can spend. So there will be a habit of overspending. If you have credit cards, you will think about swiping, that comes automatically. Such a risk is there, and so many people have gone into debt traps due to these credit cards because they overpay or overly use all these things, and finally they are in a trap position, as in they are not able to repay all the amount. Such situations arise. And also there is financial indiscipline that arises. Okay, you have financial indiscipline, that is, say if you always have something facility for taking loans, you'll try to avail that every time, and you will not be thinking about living with what you have. So there will be some disturbances in your financial stability, and you might be falling into a debt trap. And also there are chances for fraud or risk of fraud. You might be knowing that is, whenever you swipe, there are many cases wherein the shop owners or the shopkeepers will duplicate your card and they will use it for any other purchases. Certain cases, there are even cases reported as in you make payments online using your credit cards, and then they will forge your credit card details and they will use it for their own purchases. So they will purchase a lot of things using your credit card details, and finally the bill will come to you. That is, at the end of the month you will have to pay for it. Such frauds are always prevalent in our society relating to these credit cards. This is all about credit cards.